So WWE's Bash at Berlin is coming up at the end of the month, and no, I'm not going to wait till the last moment to do my predictions. This is WrestleJuice. I don't need all the information to predict these. Hell, I'm even going to predict what the last two matches are on the card, assuming this hasn't already been set in stone by the time you watch this, which is probably after Raw, because one of these matches I think is going to be made on Raw. I'm shooting this Sunday night, and it's going to go up Monday morning. So if some of y'all are lagging or if these notifications go out late, then you're probably not going to see it till after Raw. You're going to be like, yeah, no duh, Steve. We know that match is going to go down. Anyways, go ahead and jump into the matches that have already been confirmed. First up, for the WWE Undisputed Championship, Universal Champion. What are they calling it? I think it's just Undisputed, isn't it? Cody Rhodes versus his friend Kevin Owens. Now, Cody Rhodes, for some reason, is like, hey, Kevin Owens, even though you've got a dog shit record, you're a former Universal Champion. Everybody loves you. You're a pretty dangerous dude when you're motivated. So you're going to have a title shot. I think Cody's doing this largely because there's nobody else to give it to. What's he going to do? Give it to Carmelo Hayes? He already beat him. Give it to Andrade? I think he already beat him too in that cool Flaming Tables match there in AEW that nobody appreciated. Nah. He went to Kevin Owens. He's like, this guy is a legit WrestleMania main event level guy. Plus, he loses a lot of matches. I'm Cody Rhodes. So I'm going to go ahead and take him on. Probably an easy W for Cody Rhodes. No. I think it seems kind of obvious, and a lot of people are pointing this out. So I'm not, original with this line of thought. It seems like we are, in fact, getting perhaps heel Kevin Owens. It makes all the sense in the world because there's nobody else there on SmackDown that's like a good heel for Cody Rhodes. So if you want a feud that's going to last a couple months, be pretty intriguing, and set up Kevin Owens on a new direction, which he desperately needs at this point, you turn the guy heel. There was a little tiny itty bitty hint of it on SmackDown with Kevin Owens in a chair, so maybe there's something there. And yeah, he's kind of doing nothing right now as a face. Look, I still don't think Cody's going to lose that title for a very long time. If it was me, if I had the book, I'd probably just let Kevin Owens win the damn thing. We know Triple H loves Kevin Owens, right? We know that. I don't think it's going to happen. This is going to be more akin to the AJ Styles feud, which, by the way, where the hell is AJ Styles? Anyways, I think Cody Rhodes is going to win this, but we're going to get a heel Kevin Owens in the process. Either it's going to be at SmackDown in the build up to it, on the go home. We got this week's and then next week's SmackDown left. So it's either going to be there. It's probably going to be at the end of the match, low blow. I saw somebody on Twitter say, oh yeah, it's going to sort of mirror Nakamura and AJ Styles, how for their first match, there was the big low blow. So it's probably going to be the thing, but Cody Rhodes is going to keep that title. Maybe they'll do like a DQ finish or some sort of double count out. I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, Cody Rhodes keeps the title, so he wins the match. Next up, Judgment Day versus Judgment Day. We've got the actual Judgment Day. Apparently not going to be called Street Trash, which is a bummer. Dirty Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan taking on the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Now, for this one, I get the feeling that given that the women's World Heavyweight Championship is not on the line, obviously Liv Morgan is the current champion, it stands to reason that Dom Mysterio is going to eat the pin for his team. That's my guess here, because Rhea and Damian need another big win. Look, let's be honest. Obviously, people have been making a big deal about the fact that Rhea and Damian Priest both were able to take out all the Judgment Day in one fell swoop, and there's 5 members of them. That being said, Rhea did get screwed over a couple different ways, and Damian Priest got screwed over. Obviously, they both got screwed out of their titles, and that's kind of a big deal. So it stands to reason that they're going to get the win here because Liv's title's not on the line. I think Rhea's going to get that title back, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. So, and that I just think that Damian and Rhea are probably going to be beating the Judgment Day a lot. They're just not going to do it to a significant enough degree to get titles back. Obviously, Gunther's not part of Judgment Day. He has nothing to do with that, but And then they got to do a Finn Balor versus Damian Priest thing. I don't know. Maybe. No, I think that Dom and Liv come out on the losing end here. I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? This one I probably got low confidence points on, and I'll have to wait until the Raw go home to really like put in like my final prediction for this, because obviously we do the Big Blue Predictions Challenge over at Going in Raw. If you want to check that out, go to patreon.com/Steven Larson, click on Friendo Club Setup, or you can go click join over at the YouTube channel for my podcast, youtube.com/Steven Larson. So go check that out. Then we've got Gunther, the Ring General, World Heavyweight Champion, versus Randy Orton, a.k.a. Gunther's latest victim. All of my confidence points on this one will end up going to Gunther. This is simply another big win for him now that he is world champion. You're going to see this coming up for him. They're going to give him high profile, former world champion level guys, former main event level guys. They're going to be feeding them to Gunther there on Raw until Drew McIntyre takes that title off him, or maybe it'll be CM Punk. I don't know. I feel like one of those guys is probably going to take that title off him, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, in this case, Gunther's definitely going to win. I don't necessarily think he's going to kick out of an RKO. Something tells me that the RKO that he got this past Monday might end up being the only one he eats. I'm sure there'll probably be a really cool counter to the RKO where he'll do some cool submission move out of it. That's a possibility. Let's see here. Moving on. That's it. That's all the matches that have actually been announced. There is a rumor out there. It has been reported, and by the time Raw is done, I will guarantee you this match has been set. And of course, I'm talking about CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. This was set up last week with Drew McIntyre taking off his belt to try to whip CM Punk. CM Punk got the upper hand and started whipping Drew McIntyre. So it seems likely this match is going to happen. I feel like CM Punk lost the first one. He's got to win this second one. And since Drew McIntyre is the one who took out the belt, and so it's entirely possible they do a Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins thing here where Cody got the best of Seth like 3 times in a row. They could do a thing where Drew just keeps on beating CM Punk for every time CM Punk screwed Drew McIntyre out of a World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't think that'll help this feud. I think CM Punk needs to get a win over Drew McIntyre. I love that they're going to do a strap match here, because you really, with the strap match, the worst thing that can happen to you. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm not a wrestler, so what do I know? Every match, there's the opportunity there for somebody to get fucked up. But the strap match is one of those matches where it's like, oh, you'll end up with a lot of bruises and a bunch of like lacerated skin, but you're not doing a bunch of crazy ass moves where you're falling off stuff, or there's a heavier emphasis on the physicality. And this is my long way of saying less of a chance CM Punk gets injured, because we want this feud to keep going. And everybody I think we just want to make sure that CM Punk remains healthy. That's what we want to see, because this is a good story. This is like feud of the year type material right here. So anyways, yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to lose to CM Punk in this strap match and then, hey, maybe finally CM Punk will get that damn bracelet and maybe they'll move on. Maybe they'll take it to Hell in a Cell, which has been rumored for Bad Blooded as well. We'll see. But in any event, I feel like CM Punk's going to win this one, and then Drew will probably win the Hell in a Cell match. All right. So those are the ones that have been announced in the one obvious match. There is got to be one more, because that's only 4 matches. In my opinion, there's only one other possible match and a couple more that are like possible, but not really likely. The one possible match, given that there is actually no women's match on here, there's just a mixed tag match, is Nia Jax versus Mia Yim. They set this up on SmackDown. They've been setting this up for a while now, so it seems possible that Nia Jax versus Michin, who has been doing phenomenal work lately, it seems possible that they are going to, that Mia Yim versus Jada Parker match on NXT from like a month ago. Man, I love that match. I thought it was so good. It was the last woman standing match. Anyways, so she deserves a big title shot on a premium live event, and I hope she gets that against Nia Jax. I've really been enjoying Nia Jax's work lately, so hopefully that's the match that they use to fill out this card, make it go to 5. Otherwise, I don't know what they can do. There are 4 other matches that are possibilities, I guess. but not likely. First up, the big three, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi taking on the Unholy Union and Blair Davenport. We all know that's where this feud is going. It's a possibility they can put them on this card, given that the Unholy Union and Blair Davenport, they're Europeans. And I know that you got some people from Scotland, and I don't know where Blair's from. I think England. I think. God, I hope I don't get that one wrong, because y'all are touchy about that. And then you got, and so they're all from, they're across the canal thing, right? So, given that it's not that long of a trip, it's like in the channel that they can go and see him, that the Europeans might be interested in seeing the Unholy Union and Blair Davenport. So that's a possibility, I suppose, although I kind of feel like that's probably going to happen on SmackDown, which will probably be happening in Europe anyways. Also, you got the Street Profits versus the Bloodline. I don't know when this match is supposed to go down, but the Street Profits are the number one contenders to those tag titles over there on SmackDown. That feels more like a SmackDown match, to be honest with you, especially if it's got Tonga Loa in the match. I'm assuming Jacob Fatu is ready to go because he beat the shit out of Roman Reigns the other day, but he still had the walking boot on. So maybe he'll wrestle this tag match with a walking boot on. I don't know. I don't know what iteration of the Bloodline is going to be in this match. And I don't know that it's going to happen at a premium live event, but it's always possible so that there is a Bloodline presence there at the event. Next up, Judgment Day versus Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Of course, Judgment Day, they're already on the card, but not the tag team champions, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. So the Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, of course, are the number one contenders to those Judgment Day tag titles. Is that a premium live event type thing? Possibly. I feel like Sami and Jey Uso are going to win those tag titles, though, so they can rope them into the Bloodline versus Bloodline storyline. So I don't know if that would happen then. Probably not at Berlin. And then we've got Braun Breaker versus somebody, maybe Ilya Dragunov, who's got lots of history there in Germany for WXW, his feud with Gunther. Obviously, a lot of people thought that was going to be the match there for Berlin. But we got Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov. They've had like a million matches, both in NXT and on Raw. I think it's possible they have another one, even though I'm not sure exactly how they'd motivate it. Ilya can just come out and be like, Braun Breaker, does this whole extra, intense thing. So that's a possibility as well, just given that Ilya has a lot of history there. So that's a possibility as well. Otherwise, I can't really think of any other matches that make sense there. Watch. You guys are probably going to load my comments up with some really, really obvious ones. LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, I think it's happened on SmackDown this week, so that's not going to be it. They could do a rematch of that, I suppose. The Intercontinental Championship, I already talked about that. Women's title, I'm thinking is going to be there. Any other titles I'm missing out on? NXT Championship, that's not going to be there. That's silly. That's NXT. That goes to the NXT premium live events. Anyways, let me know what other matches could go down in Berlin, and then, hey, if you guess right, then I'll give you a shout out or not. I don't know. I'll comment on your comment or something. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys around.